The Caribbean island that belonged to the convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein was notorious for being a haven for pedophiles. Jeffrey Epstein, the enigmatic financier whose name has become synonymous with scandal and depravity, casts a long shadow over the world of power and privilege. Born in Brooklyn in 1951, Epstein's early life was far from the gilded world he would later inhabit. He dropped out of college twice before landing a job as a low-level employee. His charm and intellect, however, propelled him through the ranks, eventually landing him at a highest position. By the early 1980s, Epstein had established himself as a Wall Street wunderkind, managing the fortunes of some of the world's most powerful people. Epstein landed a prestigious teaching gig at Dalton in 1974. His magnetism drew students, but whispers of inappropriate conduct with underage girls also followed him. The allegations against Epstein at Dalton included engaging in conversations of a sexual nature with female students, giving them gifts, and inviting them to his apartment, where some witnesses reported seeing underage drinking and parties. In 1976, Epstein's connection to Bear Stearns CEO Alan Greenberg secured him a Wall Street job despite prior dismissal. He rose to prominence, advising on tax strategies and becoming a limited partner by 1980. Dismissed in 1981, he founded Intercontinental Assets Group, claiming intelligence ties and holding an Austrian passport with a false identity. Joining Towers Financial in 1987, Epstein's collaboration with CEO Hoffenberg led to a $450 million loss by 1993. Accused of orchestrating a Ponzi scheme, Epstein vanished. In 1988, he founded J. Epstein & Company, managing assets for high-net-worth clients like Leslie Wexner, later relocating to the U.S. Virgin Islands for tax benefits. Here comes the twist. In March 2005, a woman reported to Palm Beach police that her 14-year-old stepdaughter had been paid $300 to strip and massage Epstein at his mansion. The police conducted a 13-month undercover investigation, alleging that Epstein paid multiple girls for sexual acts. Interviews, a high school transcript, and items found in Epstein's home indicated the involvement of underage girls, some as young as 14. The police search uncovered hidden cameras and numerous photos of girls. The former model and Epstein assistant reportedly removed electronic equipment before a search. FBI involvement followed, compiling reports on 34 confirmed minors. Julie Brown's 2018 expose identified around 60 victims. Epstein faced state felony charges in July 2006, including procuring a minor for prostitution. A grand jury returned a single charge of felony solicitation of prostitution, to which Epstein pleaded not guilty in August 2006. In 2008, Epstein was convicted of soliciting an underage girl for prostitution in Florida. He served 13 months in a county jail under a controversial plea deal seen as lenient by many critics. Reports emerged of alleged privileges during his incarceration, including leaving his cell for up to 12 hours daily, having private security, and using his own money for escorts. Epstein also had a work release arrangement allowing him out of jail for up to 12 hours a day, 6 days a week, to work at his office, raising concerns given the severity of his charges. Did you know Epstein's luxurious mansions, once havens for opulent parties and powerful figures, installed a network of hidden cameras to capture compromising encounters, particularly with young girls? Ghislaine Maxwell, Epstein's closest confidant, hinted at the island's pervasive surveillance, a digital spiderweb spun to ensnare and exploit. In 2006, Palm Beach police unearthed a grim reality, discovering hidden cameras in Epstein's residence, while whispers of a complex video system haunted his New York mansion. Allegations swirled that Epstein, a master manipulator, used these recordings not just for personal gratification, but as a weapon of influence, bartering girls for favors and weaving a web of blackmail against powerful figures. Labeled CDs in his safe, suggestive of explicit content, further fueled the speculation. In 2018, Epstein himself alluded to possessing explosive information on influential people, their secrets whispered in the shadows, their vulnerabilities weaponized. Sarah Ransom filed a suit in 2017 against Epstein and Maxwell, alleging that Maxwell had hired her to give massages to Epstein and later threatened to physically harm her or destroy her career prospects if she did not comply with their sexual demands at his mansion in New York City and on his private Caribbean island. The suit was settled in 2018 under undisclosed terms. 5 women sued Epstein's estate in federal district court in Manhattan in November 2019, accusing him of rape, battery, and false imprisonment, and seeking unspecified damages. On July 6, 2019, Epstein was arrested by the FBI Against Children Task Force on sex trafficking charges at Teterboro Airport. FBI agents forced entry into his Manhattan townhouse, discovering evidence of sex trafficking and hundreds, possibly thousands, of sexually suggestive photos, some confirmed as underage girls. In his safe, $70,000 in cash, diamonds, and a fraudulent Austrian passport were found. Epstein was charged on July 8 with sex trafficking and conspiracy to traffic minors for sex. He requested bail, offering $100 million, but Judge Berman denied it, citing danger to the public and flight risk. Epstein's vast influence entangled princes, presidents, and financial giants. Prince Andrew, Bill Clinton, Tom Barrack, and Donald Trump were among his prominent guests, their presence shrouded in whispers. Aboard his notorious jet, the Lolita Express, suspicions arose as young girls, barely beyond childhood, were said to have traveled, their innocence contrasting sharply with the jet's suggested name. Regarding Bill Clinton, it has been reported that he traveled on Epstein's private jet several times. The flight logs purportedly show that Clinton flew on the plane at least 26 times. Initially, Clinton denied having a close relationship with Epstein or visiting his private island. However, after Epstein's arrest and subsequent suicide, Clinton's spokesperson acknowledged that he had taken 4 trips on Epstein's plane, but maintained that he had not visited Epstein's private island. Similarly, Donald Trump had connections to Epstein, and there are reports of them socializing in the past. However, Trump has denied having a close relationship with Epstein beyond occasional interactions at social events. As for members of the royal family, there have been reports linking Prince Andrew, Duke of York, to Epstein. Prince Andrew had a well-documented friendship with Epstein, and there are photographs of them together. Prince Andrew faced allegations of sexual misconduct involving Epstein's trafficking victims, which he has vehemently denied. However, he has faced significant public scrutiny and legal challenges regarding his association with Epstein. Epstein's opulent lifestyle intertwined with murmurs of intelligence ties, a phantom connection to the Israeli Mossad, fueled by claims of espionage and blackmail from former officer Arid Ben-Menashe, hung like a shroud over his activities. Ghislaine Maxwell's own speculated Mossad link, inherited from her father Robert, added another layer of intrigue to the enigma. Even Virginia Giuffre, one of Epstein's victims, hinted at his possible involvement in covert operations. In 2008, Alexander Acosta's lenient plea deal with Epstein, fueled by rumors of Epstein being intelligence, fueled further suspicions. CIA Director William J. Burns' meetings with Epstein, claimed to be for private sector guidance, only deepened the mystery. Adding fuel to the fire, a former official in 2017 suggested Epstein's clientele included figures like Edman Khashoggi, implicated in the Iran-Contra affair, further blurring the lines between power, wealth, and potential espionage. These rumors, swirling around Epstein's opulent empire, remain shrouded in ambiguity. On July 23, 2019, Epstein was found injured and semi-conscious in his cell, suggesting a possible suicide attempt. His cellmate, Nicholas Tartaglione, denied knowledge of the incident. 6 days later, Epstein was removed from suicide watch. Despite protocols on the night of his death, procedures were not followed, no cellmate or regular checks were in place. On August 9, his cellmate was transferred and Epstein wasn't monitored as required. The assigned guards fell asleep for about 3 hours, falsified records, and 2 cameras malfunctioned that night. Epstein was found dead in his cell at the Metropolitan Correctional Center on August 10, 2019. A Department of Justice Inspector General's report in 2023 criticized jail officials for negligence but affirmed it was a suicide. On August 8, 2019, 2 days before his death, Epstein signed his will, gifting all assets to a trust and naming 2 longtime employees as executors. On August 29, 2019, 19 days after Epstein's death in jail, the case was closed with ongoing investigations into potential co-conspirators. If you liked the video, please subscribe to our channel.